Hello, Sue Hellman asked me to create a little overview of how teachers might issue badges in their courses. In order to issue badges at your course or for your students in your course, your site administrator will have had to have enabled it at your site. And at your site, you can only be using badges if you're using Moodle 2.5 or above. So I'm going to go over that right now. This site, I'm the administrator of this site, so that I'm showing you. So I've enabled badges at this site for my teachers to issue them. And let me go over as a teacher right now how I would do that. So I'm logged in as my dog, Squirt, and Squirt is the teacher of this using Global Collaborative Projects to Enhance Learning course at my site. It's a fake course. It's a course, a copy of the course I did on CETA a year or so ago. So anyways, I've got the course populated with fake students, and I've got all my activities from before, and I want to start issuing badges to participants at this in this course. So the way I'd start that, I first have to go under administration, and under administration you'll see there's a link to badges, and I click on that. And I can manage badges. If I had existing badges, I could manage them here, or I can add a new one. I can't manage any badges until I add one, so I might as well add one first. Just takes a moment to load. So the very first thing it wants to know is the name of the badge. Now, of course, you want to decide what criteria and why you'd have a badge. One badge that I might use is for students to fill out their profiles. I don't like it when students don't fill out their profiles or participants don't fill out their profiles on my site because they all look anonymous. You can't tell one from the other, and it just makes it more actual or interactive if the students have a good profile description and a picture to represent themselves. So that's what I'll do this. I'm going to award a badge for having a complete profile. So I've already started this, made some notes so that you wouldn't have to watch me type. So profile completion. That's what I'll award my badges for. And I've got my description here. The description is what this badge is for. Awarded participants who complete their profile with the following: upload a profile image, include a brief description, and list their interests. That's what it's for. And I could choose a file to upload, and this would be an image. You already want that created before you start putting in the description. That might be a good activity for your students to create images for certain badges that they can be awarded. Or what I've done, I've gone to another site called moodlebadges.com, and moodlebadges.com has some pre-made badges that you might want to use at your site, and that's what I've done just for this demonstration. So I'm going to take one of those right now, and this is for profile completion. And I'm going to use that one. So it's there. This is who's issuing it. Well, this would be the name of the site by default, but maybe I just want it for this course. So Global Projects course. And then I'd put my email as the teacher. This is the administrator's email by default, but I put my email as the teacher in there. You can have an expiry date for your badge. If you do, the badge will have a banner across it that says expired after the expiry date is reached. By default, they never expire, but you can have it expire by a fixed date or a relative number of days after the issue of the badge. So I'm going to create that badge now. And once I create the badge, I can change the settings here. So there's the overview of the badge. And the details is why it's that would be about the badge and what it's about. It's a little slow. There you go. So it's just basically what I filled in. And then the criteria. Now there's three kinds of criteria you can use to award badges. The first one is manual issue by role, and this is where somebody with the correct role could just issue the badge manually to the student. The other one is course completion, and you have to have course completion set for your course for that to be awarded. And if it's not set at the site and at the course level, then that can't be used. The same with activity completion. You need activity completion set at your site. So I am going to do this manual issue by role because I haven't set those settings yet for course completion or activity completion. And I'm going to say teachers can award it. You might not have all these roles. I think this depends on your site roles that you have access to. You may just have non-editing teacher. For instance, you might have, I'll use that one too. You might have a substitute in and you want them to be able to issue badges as well. Okay, so any of the selected roles can award the badge, or all the selected roles could award the badge. And I'm going to save that. There we go. And there's a default message that comes with the issue of the badge, and you can change that or just leave it as it is. It just says, congratulations, you earned a badge. Like I said, you can change this if you want. You have been awarded the badge, and it would be profile completion in there. And there's a link to find out more about the badge, and you can manage your badge once you're issued it by this link. And that's what the student will receive. And it says to attach the badge message. Yes, by default, I'll do that. And the person that created the badge, me, do I want to be notified? Well, perhaps if these were automatically issued, I would choose to be notified every time it's awarded. But in this case, I'm manually awarding the badge, so I don't need to be notified. I know it'll be, I'll be aware who's getting that badge. So I'm going to save changes. And before I can use this badge, I need to enable access. Be careful with this. You want to make sure everything's correct before you click that, because once you click that, if it's not manually awarded, but students get it automatically depending on how many activities they've completed or completed an activity, you can't revoke a badge. Once it's been awarded, it's theirs. So you cannot revoke it or change the criteria. So I'm ready to go with this. I'm going to enable access. And it just tells you this will make your badge visible to users and allow them to start earning it. It is possible that some users already meet this badge's criteria and will be issued this badge immediately after you enable it. Once a badge has been issued, it will be locked. Certain settings, including criteria and expiry settings, can no longer be changed. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Okay, it's ready to be used, and let's choose a recipient to receive it. I'm going to award the badge. Right now there's no recipients of it. And who can award it? A teacher. And let me see who's going to get this badge. Well, I did it on profile settings. I probably should look at some of these profiles. So I'm going to open up another tab. Let's just see my participants. I think all of them had pretty good, when I filled out their profiles, all of them had pretty good, pretty complete profiles. But let's just take a couple. Cary Grant. Yes, pretty good. Okay, and we'll just do another two at random. Queen Victoria. Yes. And King Kong. Okay, picture, email link. I think interests are in there on another page to look at their full profile. So let me do that. So that was Cary Grant, King Kong, and Barack Obama. I think it was Queen Victoria, actually. Okay, I'm going to award the badge to those 3 recipients. There they go. So they've been awarded the badge. And now, if I go into those profiles again, and I look at Cary Grant, I can't see the profile. Maybe I should be logged in as Cary Grant, and I think I did that on another page. I haven't yet. Okay, let me do that. I'm going to log in as Cary Grant. And I'm going to click on my own profile. Okay, I do see the badge, and I see I've been awarded it. I think I remember what I'm doing wrong here. I have to click on Badges, Preferences, automatically show badges I earn on my profile page. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to save changes, so it should show up automatically. Okay, so that's correct. So that's what the profile badge will look like. Profile completion, and people looking at my full profile will be able to see that. Okay, I'm going to stop this. That's the basics about awarding a badge manually, and the next video will show how to award it by activity completion.